Welcome to the Topdser YouTube channel. Today we have Fred here from the Topdser team to share his insights about how to best utilize sourcing services in dropshipping. Stick around and check it out. Fred, thanks so much for joining us today. Can you give me some background on yourself and your team?
Sure thing. Hi, this is Fred. I've been working with Topdser Team since the app was launched. I'm primarily in charge of partnerships, but I also took lots of participation in user survey and interview process. So I did get the experience like talking with a bunch of different dropshipping entrepreneurs, learning their insights and stories, and can't wait to share some useful information and insights to the audience. For those of you who are not familiar with the idea of sourcing, so sourcing in dropshipping means that you reach out to the manufacturer or the vendor to purchase your products directly or indirectly. Like usually people do it through like service provider or agents. Sometimes people do it directly, like contacting those vendors and manufacturers as well. So to do that within Topdser, you simply just have to submit your resourcing ticket through the app, and then our dedicated agent or sourcing partner will contact you shortly about your sourcing. Then it takes usually under a week to get all the cost information and other details confirmed. And then you can push like all the rest of the procedures to the system, as we will handle the rest of the fulfillment procedures until the customer receive it.
And why do people use your sourcing services?
Well, there's a lot of like reasons that you need to use the sourcing services. I mean, after all, I guess it's the original way to operate the retail business. You tailor everything to your business demands and tailor it to your customers' demands, and it will provide like a huge room to optimize your cost structure, to get faster shipping, improve the shipping options, and even advocate for your brands.
And how big are the cost savings?
So I've seen people like saving 10% to 50% on product cost when they use sourcing services. And speaking of shipping, you can usually get like much faster shipping with a very little extra cost. Say that you usually get like 20-day to 30-day shipping from Aliexpress, their default option. You can usually get like 7-day shipping options through like sourcing services. Usually it only costs like $1 or $2 extra for every package, and there are other times that you can just like find like strictly better solutions to replace your original ones. I guess the common case would be usually the first step is you try out with a bunch of like new products. You import them from like AliExpress or other platform where like the products are instantly available, and then you run a bunch of like ads and advertise promotions on them. Usually we call this step like finding the niche, and then after you get like stable sales volume for like certain items, then it's the good time to think about sourcing services. You reach to like specific manufacturer and vendors, try to cut down the product cost and improve the shipping, etc. So and speaking of the like customer experience boost, I think a very specific image can be like receiving one consolidated package compared to like receiving like lots of individual like random packages from different suppliers, different shipping address from points scattered around like in Asia. So I think that's a really significant boost for the customer experience.
How did the Topdser team get into dropshipping solutions?
Well, dropshipping is a great module, and we had like little doubt in the growth and the market scale as a whole at the beginning. And I think the prosperity of the dropshipping business, the industry for the last several years, was pretty much like self-explanatory. But the one thing is that when we did probe into the market, I mean like probe into the field, we noticed that it was quite surprising that like many problems remain unsolved in such a developed ecosystem, and many of the dropshippers, they still have to face those obstacles preventing them like from collaborating and communicating effectively with the established manufacturers and suppliers. And meanwhile, I think many of the leading productivity tools in the market were just not doing enough. Like Oblo, that's an example we just covered. So Oblo at that time, I think they had over 500,000 users, and they did not even support the bulk ordering feature, and that was unbelievable. So at the moment, we had a team of e-commerce experts, and we had our resources in speaking of like technical and partnership aspects. And then so with the gap being identified, I think our team had a very clear vision of like how to build the bridge there and how to bring the whole dropshipping experience and business efficiency to the next level. So that's basically the story how we get into this.
So there are a lot of dropshipping solutions on the market right now, and I'm just curious to know, how does the Topdser team position the app among all the others?
Well, we often use the slogan that the choice of like pro dropshipper or like be a pro dropshipper. I think the simple logic behind that slogan is that we see many dropshippers fail to expect their growth rates or how fast they can scale at the beginning when they start their business. And when their order volumes goes up, when they see the scale, they will suddenly realize that they spend like too much time on handling those manual process like order fulfillment, and that becomes a really big challenge for them.
Would you say that's a pretty common challenge for dropshippers?
Personally, I've interviewed lots of dropshippers, and I would say it's quite a common situation for them. There was one time, there was one person I spoke with. He opened a new dropshipping store in the COVID-19 crisis. He had no previous experience on dropshipping or retail, but he managed to target correctly on several of the COVID-19 related products. So he suddenly got that boom of orders, and he like when I was talking to him, I can picture like how he was like panicked, sitting in front of like hundreds of pending orders and thinking about, oh, how am I gonna like handle this with manual process? Am I gonna hire someone to process the orders? So I guess that provides an image for those users and their demands. And I think to empower those users, I think we cover a lot. Like we have our bulk ordering features to help them saving times, and we have the niche spy tool. I think we didn't get time to elaborate on that yet. So basically, for niche spy, we gathered lots of like the ads data on like Facebook and other social media platforms, Instagram, maybe like Google search engines. So our users can really see like what are the products are being promoted the most on those platforms, and that's often very helpful for like item selections. And then for sourcing services, that helps more with the advanced drop shippers, which we already covered a lot.
So we talked a lot about pro demands. What to you defines a pro user, and then does this also mean that Topdser's features are less suitable for beginners?
Pro. So I guess say the words pro. Speaking of that, I think the most agreed definition, like within our team, is that whether you see yourself as a professional when operating your dropshipping business. I'm saying that because that when you first start your dropshipping business, you might just get like too many things to worry about. Let's say you worry about your page layouts, how to acquire customers at the beginning, the cost of running ads at the beginning. So in the early stage, like the problem of like cost and efficiency might not seem that obvious compared to later. But if you really like start using those advanced tools from the very beginning, like looking into the more complex aspects of the business, I think you're already like one step further on the road of like becoming those big seller or pro seller we usually speak of. I mean, after all, we have this free plan and with like so many advanced features integrated, and that's not bad at all for people to start a new business.
Can we expect any new features coming soon to Topdser? What information can you share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. I can share some information. So we'll have some very big news, exciting news to announce in the upcoming fall. And our next major updates will be focused on the sourcing services we covered. So we really aim to bring the sourcing service experience and all the efficiency boost to the next stage. We're very excited about the empowerment that Topdser is able to provide, and we're very encouraged to continue creating better solutions for dropshippers in terms of products, service, and so on. Besides, we're also listening from our non-English speaking users, so soon you can expect our multi-language and multi-currency support to go live very soon.
Thanks for joining us today and talking a little bit about how Topdser stands out from the competition.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're not familiar with Topdser, it is the top trending dropshipping app in 2020 and it is also known as the best alternative to Overload. Topdser is offering free plans with premium features like bulk ordering, niche spy, and sourcing services. Please visit topdser.com for more information.